Welcome back to another episode of the Sports Den Podcast. I'm your host, Jonathan Hooker, and who I'm here with?
Keely Brown. Hello.
Okay, Miss Keely, please tell the people who is Keely Brown on the court and off the court.
Okay, well, just to give you a little bit of background, obviously, my name's Keely Brown. I'm from Locust Grove, Georgia, where I played at Luella High School all 4 years. Played on the EYBL circuit with Team Elite basketball, and now I'm currently playing at Fresno State. I'm in my I want to say redshirt junior year because I'm a redshirt junior technically, but some things about me. Um, Obviously, I love basketball. I love to watch it. I love to teach it. I like to help, young kids just play around with the ball and start getting into that kind of stuff. I love, love, love my alone time. I love anime. I'm such a nerd at heart, but I think those are just kind of like a few things about me. And I love the color pink. If you can,
oh, oh yeah. So tell me, like I always see on like your Instagram story, you always giving back and like you're always like surrounding yourself with kids, teaching them how to play the game of basketball. Like, what is that something you learned like from your parents or like from coaches? Like, oh, give back to the community or give back to others?
Well, at Fresno State, we tend to do a lot of community service in general, whether it's cleaning up, helping the elderly, helping children, like just trying to be very, very involved in our community. So I think it's definitely something that I've become more accustomed to since I've gotten out here, but it's definitely something that I love doing, like just seeing like the smiles on the kids' faces when like, they make a basket or when they beat somebody one-on-one. Like it's so funny, like the relationships that you create and like getting to see how these kids interact with you as well.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So like with anime, I'm not a big anime watcher because like I don't know, I never like truly found a show for me. So like how should people get into the anime world?
Look, I have been in this anime biz since I was like maybe 6, 7 years old. My cousins put me onto it. But I mean, I would just kind of say, think about the type of stuff that you like to watch in general. I feel like there's about every type of anime you could think of, whether it's science fiction, whether it's, kind of more like slice of life kind of thing. Like just kind of think about the stuff you like and like just kind of go out there and search for it. Like I know a lot of times on TikTok they be giving, good little anime recommendations. That's where I get a lot of my recent ones nowadays, but you just gotta look.
Okay. So go find something that I like for the genre and then make sure I do my research, understand what's going on, then I choose and I watch it. Okay. Uh
Yeah.
okay. I'll do that. Okay. So now at Fresno State, you guys are a premier women's basketball team in the Mountain West Conference. So tell me how does the expectations wear on you mentally? You have to go in and compete every day knowing that you are being hunted for being the top dog.
Oh man, I think like just the mentality that everyone's gunning at you. I obviously, like you said, Fresno State is kind of a bit of a bigger name, especially in the Mountain West for football, basketball, all that. So you just got to know that people are always going to bring their A game up against you. So, coming into practice and competing every single day, just trying to get that 1% better. So when you step on the court, it's easy. You want to make sure that what you practice is what you bring to the game. And if you ain't going 100% in practice, it's not going to show up in the game.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. So tell me how does the lifestyle of being a D1 athlete treat you?
I think it's very rewarding, but you got to be willing to put in the work. Obviously, not many people get to go D1, but it's honestly a blessing in itself if you're willing to put the work in. I think, it starts early. You got to kind of make some sacrifices. Growing up, I didn't always get to be out and, with my friends all summer long. A lot of those hours were spent in the gym at practice, but, it pays off because now I'm here. But I think this lifestyle is very rewarding. Like I said, it's a little bit more difficult. Um, Being a D1 athlete is pretty much a full-time job. You got school, obviously, which is the most important thing. You can't play if you don't have the grades. So for me personally, I got school in the morning, rehab in the morning, then you got practice from like 12 to 3, then you got weights from 3 to 4. Somewhere in between all that, you got to fit study time, your relaxation time, snacks and meals. So it's difficult, but I think it's very rewarding for like the type of things that you get out of it and the type of people you meet, you know?
Yeah. Okay, so I noticed like you're big on family, like you're always talking to your mom, always talking to your dad. Like, how do you balance that along with school and practice?
For me and my family personally, we kind of set like, days out of the week, specific days where I just save that time to talk to them. For me, it's on Sundays. So like earlier in the morning, like I'll probably be on the phone with my parents for about, it could be anywhere from an hour to 2 hours, just however long we like feel like catching up for. Like you said, family is a big deal for me. And, being so far away from home, can get a little hard sometimes on, missing your family, missing your friends, but it's just definitely making time for what you want. I love my family, they love me, and they're my biggest supporters. So I'm always going to try to make time for them whenever I can.
Okay. So no, because sometimes I'm not gonna lie. I struggle with calling my parents because like I get so caught up into like the academics and like I'll say like the social life and like just being around having that freedom. But now like when I'm older and stuff, like my parents like, Jonathan, you don't call us anymore. Like, do you even care about, do you even love us no more? I'm like, dang, like now I see it, I'll be like, yeah, I should have like a set day. So you just gave me an idea for that. So I'm probably going to go do that now. So tell me, how did you come to the decision of going to Fresno State?
Well, I'm sure plenty of people do know that Coach Brown did attend Fresno State herself. So she was kind of my gateway in. She did reach out to my coaches out here, send them some film, and they found that I did fit pretty well into the current system that they were teaching. So, they came, scouted me out, offered me a scholarship, and they were in my top 4 at the time. And I'm gonna be honest, when I say Fresno State was nowhere on, they were probably number 4 of the top 4 until I came out here and visited, met the people, seen the campus, seen the way that, they treat their athletes and just the type of resources that they have for them. And I kind of figured, maybe Fresno State is the home for me, maybe it's the place for me. But, definitely got to do a lot of research. But I'm very happy with my decision thus far.
Okay. Cause like Fresno State, like it's not no like, it's not like a Georgia State where you can just drive back home, see your parents if you miss them. No, like you have to catch a plane, like going on, catching a plane and going and do all of that. And then like your parents picking you up from the airport, probably like one of the best feelings ever. Like just coming back home, hugging them, actually getting able to get a hug instead of like a hug over the phone. I feel like that's probably one of the most rewarding things coming back home.
Yeah, I agree. Just being able to see their faces and like just to feel and touch them. It's like you said, you don't just get to drive from California back to Georgia. You got to hop on a flight. And sometimes those flights are expensive. So you can't get home when you want to. So for me, I go home maybe like every couple of months. So like now I usually would be home maybe 2 weeks from now, but I'm gonna stay out here and do some training. So I probably won't be home till December. So you really just got to make the most of the time that you get to see your family.
Yeah. So you mentioned Coach Brown earlier. So tell me about the relationship you have with Coach Brown.
Oh man, Coach Brown is like family to me. Like even to my parents, everyone, who gets involved with her, I feel like she is just for me, she's a sister. I see her as somebody who, maybe back in the day, I used to think she was annoying. She was doing too much. Like, dang, why is she always on my head, type of thing. But it's because she saw potential in me and that she felt like with the right amount of pushing that I could be at the place where I am today. And she is 110% the reason I am the player I am today. She came in, she got in my butt, she made me work hard, and she made me appreciate, basketball on a whole nother level. So Coach Brown to me is like a mentor, a sister, always family for sure. I will always support her, and she knows that. And, she'll always have my back. I can shoot her a text or call her at any time. And I know that she got me, whatever it is, just talking, anything, she's always there for me. So.
Yeah. I have a memory of you guys like I wouldn't say a dispute or argument where it was just a misunderstanding during the game. I remember it was at your guys played at the Lions Den at Luella against Woodward, and you guys were down like two, and they went to a zone. They went to a zone and you threw a turnover. And Coach Brown just turned around. She just sat on the bench, just put one leg on top of the other, and she's just waiting for you to come to the bench because you had gained another foul and that was your fourth. She was just waiting for you to come over, and then she just turned around and then she started yelling. And you know when Coach Brown started yelling, she stomps her feet, and everyone was like, "Oh man, here she go." Then I think right after that you scored 5 straight points. Y'all won the game. Off your game when live. I was like, I mean, the relationship you guys have, I just feel like it was so much love, but it was so much passion between that interaction. It showed me like you guys were more than just player and coach. It was like you guys were family.
Yeah, always definitely family. Like I said, she gets in my butt and it's annoying. But I just know personally, like it comes from such a good place, just wanted me to be the best. So
Yeah. Okay. So now being a Division I athlete, it takes a lot out of your mental toll. So taught me how does the lifestyle of being a Division I athlete and how does it affect your mental health?
I will say that basketball, while being a Division I athlete, as good as it is, there is definitely like a lot of mental health issues with it. For one, it's tough getting out there and just having to perform and having to have all these expectations out of you. You're here for like a couple of main reasons, and those reasons only. Like if you're not doing your job, then what are you doing? What are you here for? So like mental health is hard. It's an up and down battle, but I think with the proper resources, and we definitely have those here, it can be managed. I've had some seasons where, just during the years, I may be really, really good one day and I'm like, dang, I'm really struggling this week. Well, I can reach out to my teammates, my coaches, I can ask for a counselor, all for free, honestly. And it's helped me a lot. But mental health is hands down probably one of the most important things as a college athlete that you really need to keep in check. I say your mind, your body, your soul, your spirit, all that, you need to make sure that all of that is healthy, not just physically, mentally too.
Yeah, because I'll say like mental health wasn't being like portrayed as this big idea as it is now. Because I think back then they have a stigma like, oh, you can play, you're all right. Like if you're not hurt or anything, go play. But now I feel like as people speak up about it, about like how depression wears on them, being an athlete and things like that, I feel like so that's great now because you guys need that because you guys put your body out, you guys put your body out on the line every single day, and that's wearing you down, and then you've been stuck that sport for however many years. It just feels like sometimes you base your mental health well-being on your performance on the court or on the field, and I feel like that's a lot on you guys.
Yeah, it definitely is, especially when you said, we base a lot of our mental health on how we perform on the court. And I think that that's something that we as athletes forget. Like there is so much more to life than just your sport. So at the end of the day, you really got to make sure that you can separate your mental health from your sport and just know that even if things are going bad in one aspect of your life, it doesn't have to affect every other aspect. Just because, sports you may be in a drought, you can still enjoy your life and still have, maybe a couple problems with your sport, but it just takes time. You just got to know how to, get back up and get into that drive again.
Yeah. So talk to me mentally, how did these injuries you had last season, like how did that affect you mentally?
I don't think that people realize how mentally draining, injuries are. Specifically, for me, I had an ACL injury and I had a hip injury. The hip injury is kind of, like a walk in the park. Honestly, got my surgery. It does not bother me anymore. But the ACL is very much more of a mental battle than a physical battle because physically you may feel okay. For me, every day, like even from the moment where I tore my ACL to rehabbing it to getting surgery, I tried my hardest to keep a smile on my face. And I think I succeeded most of the times, just staying positive about everything that was going on. But, I'd have those days where, I was a bit down because, I can't play basketball. I can't run. I can't walk like I want to, or I wake up one morning, I'm like, dang, my knee hurts. So I would say that it's definitely more of a mental battle because every single day you wake up, you just got to realize I probably will never be the same. I may not be able to do this without having pain anymore. Or for me, when I think about my sport, I'm like, well, dang, what if I'm not the player who I was when I go back, But even simple things like jumping and running, it's just getting that trust back in your body again that people don't realize is extremely hard to get. You just really got to almost throw yourself out there on a limb and just hope and pray that your body will support you and catch you. But as time goes on, you continue to strengthen those parts. I think, your mental health starts to get better. You start to realize, okay, I can do this. Okay, I'm going to be okay. And I think that's the biggest thing that I gained from this journey is just being patient with myself and knowing that I will be okay and trusting myself to know that my body will hold up to whatever I put it to.
Okay. That's inspiring from coming for you and all the things all the trials and tribulations that you've been through. That's really good. So now as a Division I athlete, you guys get to have NIL deals. So tell me your top 5 dream NIL deals.
I took notes on this topic because I didn't ever think about this, but this is a really good idea. So let me tell you my top 5. Hands down off the bat, one of them has to be Starbucks. I don't know if you know me. I will always have some sort of coffee with me. It's either Starbucks K-Cups, a Starbucks venti something, Starbucks cups. I'm always repping Starbucks. Love it to death. The next one would probably be some type of grocery store like Target. I love Target. I love going to shop at Target. If you could get some deals at Target, man, that would make my life so much easier just as a college student because college is difficult, especially with money.
Yeah.
Another one would be crumble cookie. I love crumble cookie to death, and it is so good. I literally have one probably 2 miles from my house right now. I could probably get there in about 15 minutes if I really push myself, and I love it. So a deal with crumble cookie or insomnia cookie, one of those two would be just out of this world. Another one is Amazon. I am always on Amazon. Always use Amazon. I just ordered a couple of things for my house on Amazon. I love it to death. You can ask my friends. They ask me, oh, where'd you get that? Amazon. I'm always using it. So Amazon definitely. And then obviously Nike. I love Nike. My school is unfortunately an Adidas school, but before we got here, we were Nike. And I was under the thought process that we were going to be Nike when I got here, but we changed and it's okay. Adidas is fine, but I will always love Nike.
Okay. So I had Starbucks for the first time, I think like 2 weeks ago, and I got the pink drink. Is that a good drink?
Okay. I like the pink drink, don't get me wrong, but I like coffee. So when I go to Starbucks, I'm getting a coffee of some sort, a latte, a coffee, ice shake, an espresso, something like that. But when I had the pink drink, I enjoyed it. I like their refreshers and I like their teas too, though. So there's a lot of things you can get.
Okay. But like Starbucks, I never got like the hype behind Starbucks until I had it. I was like, okay, I get why people act the way they do. But me, it's like you gotta pay that much for some coffee like every single time. Like I'm like, are you guys like reward members? Because like you gotta have some.
Yes, we have a rewards app on our phones with points and stuff. And if you use like a gift card, you get 2 times the points. So like you really think about like ways to rack up your points to get free customization on your drinks or free drinks in general. Like I'm always, now don't get me wrong, I ain't going to Starbucks every single day out of the week, but you know what, maybe one day out of the week I'm hitting the Starbucks for something.
But thing is though, like I get thrown off, like they're like specialized on drinks and stuff, but their food is sometimes so bland.
Yeah, you got to know what to get for food. For me, I'm always getting I love, if I'm there for dessert, I love a good iced lemon loaf. Those are really good to me. Um, if I'm getting like a sandwich or something, I'm getting a double smoked bacon and cheddar all the time. It cannot be anything other than that, or a bacon Gouda. It's one of those two sandwiches. Anything else, I'm not eating it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay. So now we're gonna get into the game of this or that. I give you two items and you choose between one or the other.
Okay.
So would you rather have fruits or would you rather have some sweets?
Fruits. I love fruit.
Okay. So would you rather have strawberries or would you rather have some pineapples?
This is a good one. I'm gonna say pineapples because strawberries go bad extremely fast.
Mm. So would you rather have an acai bowl or some ice cream?
This is a good one. You know what? I'm gonna be honest and say ice cream because I have not had an acai bowl in I don't know how long. But I'm gonna always go get me a shake or some sort of ice cream from In-N-Out or one of our Cold Stones down the street.
Okay. So would you rather have sushi or would you rather have some shrimp?
Sushi.
What kind of sushi?
Okay. So me, I like a good shrimp tempura roll. Love those. I don't really care for the California rolls like that, but usually I like specialty rolls. I've
Mm.
had eel, I've had salmon, I've had dang it, I'm trying to think of that one. I can't even think of it. Sashimi is really good too. I didn't really think that I'd be into the whole like raw fish type of thing, but like now that it started when I got out here because we have a lot of sushi spots. And now that I've been out here eating all these sushi spots a lot, oh yeah, I love me some good sushi.
Okay. So now, would you rather have a home cooked meal or would you rather go out and get something to eat?
Home cooked meal for sure.
What's your favorite home cooked meal?
All right, I'm gonna go back to Southern Georgia girl right here. I love me some good greens
Mm,
with candied yams.
mm,
I'm trying to think of what my mom will usually do. We're going straight Thanksgiving meals here. Dressing,
okay.
some baked chicken of
Mm,
some sort. Those are probably like you put that on a plate, I'm eating everything off of it. Ooh, macaroni and cheese.
oh yeah. Can't
Yeah.
forget that. Can't
And
forget
then throw some cornbread in there and then we good.
Oh yeah. Okay. You're set. Okay. All right. Okay. You're set. But now you moved out to California. You have a taste of both Georgia culture and California culture. Which one's better to you?
Oh, Georgia, hands down. Georgia, all the way.
Okay. So now, which food is better, California or Georgia?
Georgia.
Because I'll say like, is it like the way it's cooked differently down south compared to the West Coast?
I would say it's more of a health thing. A lot of people out in California are really big on healthy food options, whether it's gluten-free, lactose-free. And one thing about me, I just want to eat my food. I don't care if it's gluten-free, I don't care if it's lactose-free. And sometimes that kind of stuff can like mess up the way the food tastes, in my opinion. Down
Mhm.
home in Georgia, we gonna feed you good enough. We gonna make sure you have a lot on your plate, and we gonna make sure it tastes good. And that's why I like Georgia food.
Okay, so now it's game day. Which thing will complete your look? Having your nails done or having your lashes done?
That's a good one. I'm gonna say having my nails done because lashes, I love them to death. But when you get hit in the eye, it's over with. You cannot see, maybe for like a good half.
What?
That hurts so bad when you get hit in the eyes after you get them done and stuff, or just get some lashes knocked off. Like that's a pain right there.
Okay. So would you rather have some tights or would you have a long sleeve compression shirt?
For me, I like the long sleeve compression shirts. I'm more likely to wear a long sleeve compression shirt over tights.
Mm, okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so now it's weight room day. Which day do you look forward to the most? Leg day or arm day?
leg day, but I do like a good arm pump. I don't discriminate against arms, but I'm always down for leg day. We don't skip leg day.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, so now which punishment is worse, 17s or suicides?
17s for sure. Too many turns. Too many turns.
What makes 17 so bad? Because I feel like 17 like has a grip on like college basketball athletes now.
For me, it's just all the back and forth running on the sideline, and you're typically running for more time than you would run a suicide for. Because suicide, you can get those done maybe 30 seconds if you're really pushing it. But 17s, that's going to take you a solid minute, 5 seconds to finish all those touches. And I hate it. I hate it so much.
Okay. So now I'm gonna give you a one-on-one situation. Yourself on offense and yourself on defense. Which one is winning?
Myself on defense.
Okay. I haven't had that answer yet.
Really?
No, everyone chooses the offense.
No, I'm hands down way more. I think personally, I always say this about myself. My IQ on defense is higher than I would say my IQ is on offense. And that's no shade towards me. That's just me knowing my game. I just know how to play good defense, you know?
Okay. So now the WNBA season is coming down to playoff time soon. Okay, so which players do you think are better? Skylar Diggins or Kelsey Plum?
Ooh, this is a really hard question. I love both, but I'm going Kelsey on this one. Kelsey is just so creative with everything she does. I think Skylar definitely plays harder, and that's what makes her just as good. But Kelsey is just a scorer. She knows how to put the ball in the basket with any means. And she's gotten so much better at her passing too, with her coaches pushing her. I love Kelsey Plum. Love them both, but I love Kelsey Plum.
No, because when I think about it, I had thought to myself, oh, this is easy. Like I thought it would be Skylar, but then when I really sat down and think, like, no, I had to think like Kelsey this year, she's been in MVP talks, and it's like, oh, it's so hard. Plus they're left-handed, so they have like the luck of being left-handed. I don't know something about it, but being left-handed playing basketball, it makes you like 10 times better.
It definitely does, because, you know, most of the people you play against are right-handed. So they're most definitely used to you being right-handed and contesting your right-handed shot. Then you pull up a left-handed shot, you're probably going to get fouled. They're probably not going to contest it very well because they're closing out on the wrong hand, stuff like that. But I thought the same thing. You know, the way Skylar has been playing recently, she's definitely been playing like an MVP pick. But I think Kelsey has been playing like that all season.
Okay. We have understanding of that. Okay. So now, which player is better, A'ja Wilson or Elena Delle Donne?
Are we talking in their prime?
We're whatever you want to do.
Okay, I'm gonna say this is tough. Okay, Elena Delle Donne, she's just solid. Elena has always been good. I love A'ja too. Asia's probably one of my top 5 favorite players of all time. But I'm gonna give this one to Elena Delle Donne just because of her experience. She's not healthy right now, but put her in her prime, I think that she would give A'ja a run for her money for sure.
Yeah, because like I think this season she's having a 50-40-90 season. So I'm like, Elena being that skilled and being that tall, I just feel like she has a little edge, but I still would pick A'ja because I that's just like, I think I'm being favored. I'm having favoritism towards A'ja over Elena.
No, I definitely have favoritism towards A'ja. Hands down. That's partially the reason why I don't want to pick her, because I know it's like I like A'ja a lot. And her skill level, I think she's definitely like increased her skill level like as the years have gone by since she's been in the W. And I love to see that in her as a player. But Elena Delle Donne now, Elena can do everything. I think A'ja can pretty much do almost everything, but Elena can do everything, you know?
Yeah. But the thing is, like, A'ja's personality is so easy, like, to come, like, to just love her, because, like, she's so funny. Like, when I see all the Aces video, it's A'ja dancing or A'ja making a joke about them. And then I see them going back and forth on Twitter. I'm like, yeah, they love each other, the way they just, like, interact.
I agree. I definitely agree with that.
Okay, so which player is more smoother, Chelsea Gray or Courtney Vandersloot?
Wow, you are throwing some really good options out at me right now. Sip my water so I can think on this. Man, I'm gonna give this one to Chelsea Gray. Chelsea Gray, she's the point guard for a reason. Like she's good at what she does. But
Yeah.
Vandersloot, also very good at what she does. But I'm giving this one to Chelsea Gray for sure. Plus her size and her build just
Oh, yeah.
makes her even just a matchup nightmare, honestly.
Yeah, cause like when I looked at Courtney Vandersloot games, like she's real subtle and calm. But then when I would look at Chelsea, it's like she makes it like 10 times more easier. And it's like so hard. It's like I think it's so hard to game plan for Chelsea more than it is for Courtney.
I agree. I think Courtney is a bit more of like your true point guard. Like she's definitely going to look for her shot every so often, but her main focus is getting her team in a position to score. And I think that's great. But when you have someone like Chelsea Gray, who is also looking for her team, you know, her teammates to get them in position, but can also just go off and put the ball in the basket whenever she wants to, I think that just makes her a little bit more of like a harder threat to take care of.
Yes. Okay, so now we're finna get into ownership, and you get to choose which one would you own. So would you rather own a nail salon or would you rather own a hair salon?
Hair. I love hair. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so would you rather own a grocery store or a furniture store?
I'm gonna say grocery store.
Okay, so would you rather own a Target or would you rather own a Starbucks?
You know what? I'm gonna go with Starbucks on this one. Actually, no, I'm gonna go with Target because Target has a Starbucks in it. So even if there's a Target, I can go get Starbucks when I want to because I own the Target.
Yep. Okay, so tell me, would you rather own a restaurant, a sit-down restaurant, or would you rather own a fast food restaurant?
Probably a sit-down restaurant.
Okay, so if you had a documentary and you had to choose who would produce it, would you rather have ESPN produce it or would you have Netflix to produce it?
Netflix been A1 with the documentaries lately, but because of the type of person I am, I think I'd go ESPN.
Yeah. Okay, so you get to travel. So I'm giving two destinations. Would you travel to Puerto Rico or would you travel to Australia?
I'm gonna say Australia because as an American, I can go to Puerto Rico when I want to. But Australia, I've never been there. I feel like that would be a really fun thing to see. Just not all the insects, because they got some crazy bugs over there.
Nah, the creatures in Australia are kind of wild from what I've seen.
Exactly. And I feel like I'd be so scared to go over there. But I feel like it would be different. So I'd like to try it.
Yeah, I feel like the coral reef, going snorkeling down there and seeing all the colors and stuff like that. I feel like I would enjoy my time doing that. Okay, so would you travel to Africa or travel to Jamaica?
I'm gonna say Jamaica. I've always wanted to go to Jamaica. I don't know why, but I really want to go to Jamaica.
Okay, so would you travel on a cruise or a plane to get to your destination?
I've never been on a cruise, so I'm gonna say a cruise. I think I'm more scared of a cruise because like the ocean.
Oh yeah.
But I want to try a cruise at least once.
I feel like a cruise, you would have more fun. But if you're just trying to get straight to there, I feel like a plane would be more convenient.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. So how did you like the game of this or that?
It was very challenging. You got some good this or that questions, so I enjoyed it.
Okay. So now you went from being a high school superstar to now being a Division I athlete. What was your welcome to big girl basketball moment?
Okay, so this was hands down my welcome to big girl basketball moment. I remember the exact game. I don't remember the timestamp, but I know it was in the first half. No, the second half. Okay, so we were playing St. Mary's my freshman year because I didn't play my sophomore year, but my freshman year we're playing St. Mary's, and I think we're up on them pretty good at this point. I was actually having a very good game. I think I ended that game being like 6 of 7 from the floor, something like that. But we were playing, and we were going. A ball was shot, and we were going up for a rebound. So I'm trying to box my girl out, and I'm okay. I'm not that tall as a Division I athlete anymore. High school, I may have been taller than pretty much everyone, but right now I'm a little on the shorter side. So I think this girl who I'm boxing out is probably 6'1", maybe about to cross 200 pounds. And I'm pushing her out, and I go up for a rebound, and somehow she just clips me in the air. And I literally fall, like, can't catch myself, just fall dead on my right hip. And I literally remember just sitting on the ground, like internally screaming, and then like just trying to get up. Like that's hands down my big girl basketball moment, because it hurt so bad, but I wanted to keep playing so bad that I just had to take a moment, breathe, and I just got up. I almost cried. I really did.
Okay, so now you had a taste of Division I and had your teammate and opponents, and then you had Georgia basketball, and you also was on the EYBL circuit. So tell me, who are some of the best competition you had as opponents and as teammates throughout your career?
Okay. Throughout my career at the high school level, I'll start there. I would say people like Brooke from Henry County,
Oh yeah.
always very good. She was the first real deal Division I basketball player who I ever had to guard in my life. And I think she's the one who made me really appreciate the love for defense. Just getting able just to learn how to sit down and really play defense on someone who's smaller than me, quicker than me, probably knows the game a little bit better than me at that point. So, she definitely did help and shape and mold me into the person I am today. I'll also say Sydney Bowles from Woodward, very good, talented. She's going to Texas A&M now. I've kept up with her a little bit. Yeah, let's see. Let's try the EYBL circuit now. Caitlyn Clark. That girl is good. And I'm not saying that just because I watched her play at Iowa. I'm saying that because I had to guard her. And she is just an insanely smart player who can shoot the crap out of the ball. And you really don't think people are actually like that until you have to guard them in person and you're really trying your absolute best and they still score. And it's like, dang, like, what else can I do? But definitely Caitlyn Clark at the EYBL level. Haley Van Lith as well. She is very, very talented, very explosive, and very good at what she does. College level, I would say the Cavender twins. I'm sure I did play with them. And they're kind of the ones who taught me how to also guard smaller, quicker, very creative guards, because they are very good at what they do in themselves. They definitely know how to put the ball in the basket. And just watching them play, they've also taught me like how to score the ball in different ways. I kind of pick a couple of things off of their game and try to add it to mine. And they're definitely some of, my mentors who I do look up to as well.
Okay. So tell me now you're in college and they say college workouts are way worse than high school workouts. So tell me, what has been the hardest workout you ever had at Fresno?
Okay, I'm going to say this in more of a general statement, but your first workout back from summer break always sucks. And I mean, it always sucks. Like you are going to be dying because it's an individual. So there's nobody else working out with you for 45 minutes. And it's a hard individual. It's not, like, oh, we're stopping to get water every so often. No, it's 45 minutes of work. And I think mentally you have to be prepared to go through that. But once you get through with it, you're okay. And then I would also say that training for any game where you would be at elevation, because here we play people who, are at a higher elevation, and that's like Colorado Springs and Wyoming. So going to those places, it's extremely hard to breathe there when you go to play. So all of the games or practices coming up to that, you're doing a lot of running, trying to get your body in shape for it. And it's really hard, hands down, very hard.
Okay. So does these workouts compare to Coach Brown workouts?
Okay, I'm going to say it like this. Coach Brown's workouts prepared me to come to these workouts.
Okay.
Coach Brown's workouts were very, very hard in themselves. She had some college level workouts,
Right.
but I would say um, here it's more of on a time constraint. So
Oh,
like with Coach Brown, you get in trouble, you're running. You're just gonna run. See, here it's like, all right, we got stuff we got to get through. So we'll punish you later, but right now we got to do this,
yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay. So tell me what you look forward to for next year, for next season.
I think the biggest thing I look forward to is being back. I haven't really been on a basketball court and played against people in a long, long time. So I'm definitely looking forward to at least getting back and touching the court and being able to play against people again. But also just being able to get back together with my team. We have a relatively new team this year. So being able to learn how my teammates play and seeing how we match up and fare up against other teams and like bringing that back to correct and just make our team an even better team than what we've been in the past.
Okay. Okay. So tell me, what games do you look forward to playing on next year's schedule?
Okay, so for me, we have a game against UCLA, very big game. I look forward to that game a lot. And getting to play UNLV. UNLV was our conference championship, regular season and champion like in the end season. So I definitely look forward to playing against them because I never got to play against them with the team they have now. So I mean, I'm taking it a little bit more as a challenge because they're very good, but I think we are also very good. So
Okay. 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 So now, after 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 you get your degree and everything, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
okay, me in 5 years, I'd love to still be okay. Fun fact.
Okay.
Due to COVID and my redshirt year, I technically still have 4 years to play basketball.
Okay.
So that's a lot of years of playing. I could still be playing come 5 years, technically, if I wanted to, take this overseas or play in the WNBA or try my chances at that. Obviously, I'd love to do that. But if I'm not doing that, I would probably be somewhere in med school because I am a bio major, hoping to get in the health care track. Somewhere in med school, probably closer to home. I'm not sure yet, but probably go back over towards the East Coast to do my medicine school training and stuff like that. And then wherever that goes, we'll see.
Okay. Okay. Cause I had a bio lab, a regular bio lab. It felt like the hardest thing to do. Cause it's like you can't mess up on any measurements. You have to be like pay attention to like little details and everything. So being a biomed major and everything like that, how does that work for you?
It's hard. It's a lot of studying. And like you said, it's a lot of technicalities that you really have to pay attention to. It's definitely not easy with basketball. Most people sometimes, if they have a sport, they'll probably choose an easier major. But I've always been passionate about the medical field. So for me, it wasn't really an option whether I was going to go bio or pre-med. So I kind of just had to suck it up. I've always had pretty good study habits though. And I think putting in the proper time to study and get your classwork out of the way definitely helps more than you think.
Oh, okay. Cause like I saw one day on your Instagram story, like you made like I think Tylenol or something like that.
Yeah.
So like how does that work in the lab?
Um, so I can't even remember correctly the whole synthesis thing because I was just having too much fun with this lab. But to keep like things short and simple, Tylenol or acetaminophen, if I'm not mistaken, has a certain group on it. I believe it's an aldehyde group. And basically, we were supposed to take the group from acetaldehyde, I believe, and add it on to the acetaminophen group to create acetaminophen. So you're kind of sort of given some salts, some Liquids, obviously, they're all chemical components, and you have to do a lot of boiling, crystallization. I know that was a Grignard reagent lab, but we had to do a lot of boiling, crystallization. We had to heat up our substances a lot. And then at the end of the lab, we had to take our mixture, and we'd have to go and take it to what we call what's the mass spec? Yep, we had to take it to the mass spec machine and break it down to make sure that we created the right Tylenol, like, that we didn't create something that was wrong.
Oh yeah.
So we definitely had to go and check ourselves to make sure. But there was a lot of fun labs in there. We created banana oil. We did Grignard reagents, a lot of fun synthesis reactions that, you may not get a chance to do if you're not a bio major. So
yeah, but thing is though, like it seems like those labs, I thought I'll be way more interested in doing than what we had to do. Like we had to do like lake water one day, and it was like, bro, it was so boring. But like making medicine and stuff, I feel like that's fun. But I feel like it's like so many like numbers. You gotta pay attention to the measurements. You have to pay attention to like how much of everything do you have with each other. So I feel like that would be more fun. But I get why they leave it up to y'all, leave it up to the med people to do it. Cause I think I will put too many milligrams of it.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me about your favorite experiment then.
My favorite would probably have to be, I want to say we had a Grignard, like I said, a Grignard reagent, and as well as a banana oil synthesis. Those two are my favorite, just because one, the banana oil smelled really, really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
But through the process that we went, it took a long time to make. So it was pretty easy because we could set up our station and just leave it. And, we're just on our phones, like checking back at our stuff every so often to make sure, like, nothing blows up or anything. But it was super, super easy. And then like the outcome was nice because things smelled good. I like the Grignard reagent just because now that one did have a lot of technicalities to it. Like the tools that you had to use had to be absolutely free of water, or else you would probably mess up the whole type of reaction. Like your reaction would not process. So you had to make sure that everything you use was completely dry, and you kind of just have to wait to see, because you'd notice like your container, it starts out clear and then it just starts to turn black, and you're like, okay, my reaction is processing. And then from there, it was pretty fun. We used dry ice, crushed it up, made a whole lot of things, had to definitely separate different types of I want to say like salts from the reactions to get our final product. But it was fun. I can't remember them by heart right now because it's just a lot, but yeah.
Okay. So now we're winding down everything. So tell me a quote that you live by, that you heard from maybe your parents or one of the coaches that you have had since your career has started.
I want to say this is a quote from Kobe Bryant, but I hear this all the time. So I wanted to go and make sure that I didn't get it wrong. But it's from his quote on Mamba Mentality. It is a constant quest to try to be better today than you were yesterday and better tomorrow than you were the day before. And I love that quote because it's not necessarily saying that you have to do something spectacular, but you just want to do something to make sure that you are better than you were yesterday. And that's what I like, because every day is like a reset for you. You get another chance every morning you wake up. So for me, I'm like, dang, did I make up my bed yesterday? Okay, well, I'm gonna make up my bed today. Boom, that's one win. Did I make myself a good breakfast? Boom, there's another win. Or I'm like, okay, today I'm gonna try to do this in rehab, and it's kind of just helps me focus on getting that 1% better every day, which is something that Coach Brown used to tell me, focus on getting a little bit better each day. Because if you look at it in a big, wide spectrum, you're going to overwhelm yourself. Just focus on one day at a time and try to get better each day. And that's what I like to do.
Okay. It's like the little wins and they add up to that 1%.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I never thought about it like that. Okay. I'll start doing that. One little win to another, and it adds up to 1%. Okay. So the last question is, what legacy do you want to lead? Do you want to lead at Fresno and on the game of basketball?
I think the biggest legacy that I want to leave is just knowing that you're gonna go through adversity. I'm speaking from me. I go from being in high school and never having an injury, not even a sprained ankle, to getting to college sophomore year, undergoing 2 surgeries. Just know that adversity will hit and it may be hard in the moment, but just never let it determine who you are. Like keep on fighting, keep on pushing to be the person who you want to be on and off the court. And I think that's kind of what I want to do, kind of what I want to leave. I always want to be known for being the person who worked hard regardless of, the setbacks they had. And that's kind of what I teach to my team now as a junior. You're going to have setbacks, but just keep on pushing. And that's kind of what I like to leave.
Okay. I love that for you. Well, before you go, I have a question. Who would you like to see on the hot seat after you?
Hot seat after me. You know what? Has Genesis Bryant been on here?
No, she hasn't.
Okay. Let's try and get Genesis Bryant on here. I love Jen. She is hilarious. So that's why I thought of Jen.
Okay, we can make that happen. Okay. Well, do you have any last words to say?
No, but just thank you for having me on here. Just such a great opportunity to get to talk to you and whoever views this video. Definitely keep tuning in because I love what you have going on here.
Oh, thank you. Well, I would like to say thank you for being one of the first female athletes with many more to come, because I always thought Keely seems like a marshmallow, very, very lovable, always smiling, always having a good time. I was like, why not? Let's ask Keely. I feel like you were a great guest. Had some very hard decisions to make. You brought back a lot of memories, and I feel like I learned something. I learned something with the laughs that you had to do. So I really appreciate you for coming on.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me.
No, thank you. Okay. Well, I'm your host, Jonathan Hooker, signing off with the Keely Brown that goes to Fresno State and plays basketball. Well, we'll see you guys on next episode. Peace.